need to understand it's important for us to stay true to our chillers because those are the guys that make us.
And that's what brought them to the podcast.
You know what I mean? Those are the guys that buy the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once you deviate from that, you've lost them and then you've got nothing because celebrities won't back you, sponsors won't back you, and then you're left with shit on your face, you know?
Because the sponsors are there for the numbers.
Yeah.
So what makes the numbers stay? It's who we've been all along.
Fair enough.
So we can't change that for anything.
For anything.
Can't change that.
No, thanks, James. I think that's very important for potential podcasters of the future to hear stuff like this because the whole argument for people leaving mainstream to come here is because they want exactly this.
Now that we're here, for me, the question is, there's a lot of youngsters out there who are inspired by what we're all doing in terms of podcasting. And I love this conversation that we're having, that we don't have to rely on sponsors, right? Because whoever pays the bill calls the shots.
Yeah.
But there is ways on how you can monetize on YouTube. Because a podcast, you can distribute it on many different platforms. But I think the most beautiful and easiest platform to consume podcasts right now, especially visual podcasts, is YouTube.
Yes.
And there's ways in how you can monetize
within YouTube.
How to monetize a podcast on YouTube. Maybe you can share some tips for some youngsters out there.
It's pretty standard across the world. So we make money via advertising. So when you watch a podcast, when the more people watch the ad, the more money we get. So it's based on the CPM. Is it CPM?
Are those those ads that?
Yeah, it's CPM.
Yeah,
CPM, ne? Yeah. So if you're watching this right now and you skip the ad, DJ Spoo doesn't get paid. But if you watch the whole ad, then you get paid.
Who gets paid?
Yeah, so that's how we monetize.
And the memberships.
Yeah, and memberships. There's memberships now. There's super chats. There's a whole lot of things. There's merch.
Yes.
But mainly it's from advertising.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do I do as a new podcaster to know that information? Where do I go?
Fuck, I don't know. But it's all on the net, dog. Like you can Google this shit.
Yeah.
On YouTube, essentially.
Yeah, you're actually correct. It is on YouTube.
Yeah.
People do some videos from time to time to educate others on how to monetize your YouTube channel.
Sure.
But I think what I've realized, having been in this game, is that you mustn't rely on it just as a single thing.
Money making stream.
For me, I see it like as a billboard. You understand? It's like, okay, cool, you're watching this, but you can grab a grandeur. Do you get what I'm saying?
You're watching this, you can grab a profile.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's where you can really monetize because you control that. Yeah. But with YouTube, you can't control. Some videos are maybe too explicit and you can't monetize them. There's a whole lot of things that go into it, but it can't be your main focus. Like, okay, cool. You won't get rich just from YouTube.
I get you.
You have to expand and think out of the box.
So I can use a podcast as a platform
to get
to
other
push work out there.
Like a billboard.
Other work.
Or
push a product like a grandeur.
Yeah, I can sell
more
merch.
Gigs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Push your song.
Yeah. And if your podcast is dope, you got other people that are going to give you what you're saying, super chats, where they like your content so much that they're willing to just donate something.
Yeah, or other people are just members. They're willing to pay $10
every month.
And that's
it's not a big thing in the country right now, and it's something that Saul has been nailing on. Like
it's fascinating. And
if that happened, dog, like it would change the game.
I totally.
Please explain. Please explain.
It's fascinating.
And when I say, guys, when people say they are chillers, it's like somebody saying I am a card-carrying member of such a
yes, not just a supporter.
I pay Podcast and Chill a certain amount of money every month. So when I comment, when I comment, you can see a badge next to my name, which means that's what he's talking about when he's talking about his chill. When they're talking about their chill,
sure.
It's people who pay every month. Those are the people they listen to.
About Nota, yeah.
Work for.
Yeah.
Oh, is Nota also a
it was one of the reasons he
unfortunately he is.
Me too. Money. Me too. Let me say this quickly before we continue. I'm so much of a chiller and so much of a big fan that when MacG on JJ Tabane's show, when we were invited,
sure.
He was trying to tell the story of their first big video going viral with DJ Zinke's interview.
Sure.
And Ngapapa, I interjected. I was like, I gave you 100,000 views interview because I kind of feel like that's my podcast also.
Yes.
And with that being said, let me apologize. That's the truth and that's your story.
Yeah.
That the first big viral interview was DJ
DJ
Z,
Z,
right?
yeah.
And I apologize for disturbing that moment.
Nah, man,
but
it's
it's
cool.
because I'm so much of a chiller
Yeah.
that I love what you guys do, and I'm so much of a fan.
Yeah.
Even our own our followers, they even say, "You guys are always talking about what is this podcasting
Podcasting
chill.
chill.
Yeah.
They inspire us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.